Thanks for having me here. As you all heard, my name is Martin. Jeg pratar inte bra svenska. So I think we'll take this one in English. Perfect. Yeah, I'm 23 years old, and I'm so young I still count half years. I'm an expert within Facebook advertising and Facebook architecture. I started my own business in 2014 when I was studying at business college. All of my teachers were like, you can't make money sitting on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I could, so I'm not going to join the reunion because they don't want to have me there. Right now I'm working as a paid social media lead at Gorm agency, a Copenhagen-based agency where we work with clients as Carlsberg, Bonduelle, Subaru, Circle K, and much others. At Gorm, we're providing digital business development solutions and digital marketing solutions. Some of our focus points is user experience and user journeys. Of course, creating great content and providing our customers with the conversions and the valuables that they need. Today I'm here to talk about how you can generate more outcome using less time. If you look at the black line here and here, you'll see that if you use more time on your Facebook ads, time creating, optimizing, analyzing, you'll get a greater outcome. But in the last couple of years, there's been a new line showing, the red line here, which shows that you can create higher outcome using less time. So basically, what Facebook is trying to do is that they're trying to make it easier to be a marketer. They want you to do as less work and to have the highest outcome as possible. Two of the features that they have enrolled in the last couple of years are creative dynamic ads, also called DCA. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. The other thing is campaign budget optimization, also called CBO. And just to give you a very quick look into the CBO, you'll see it here. Normally, when you create Facebook campaigns, you'll start creating a campaign, and then you'll have to set your budget in ad set level. So the ad sets are the audience you want to reach. So here in this example, we have 3 ad sets, 3 different audiences, where you have to put a budget. And in this example, it's $10 for each ad set. You have to make a lot of assumptions because your audience isn't the same size. So you can have an audience who is twice as large as another. So you have to make a lot of assumptions on how to put your spend in the ad set level. And what comes out of this, in this example, is 10 conversions. As you can see, Facebook have used $10 on each ad set with the total amount of 10 conversions. If we look at campaign budget optimization, you'll move the budget from ad set level to campaign level. That means that we right now have $30 at campaign level, and then Facebook is automatically going to buy on each of the ad sets. So they're going to choose which asset is the best for your company, for your objective. If you want to have clicks, they're going to buy, and the ad set, they'll provide you most clicks. If you want conversions, they'll choose the ad set, they'll provide you most conversions. So in this example, Facebook chose to use $7 in ad set number 1, $18 in ad set number 2, and $5 in ad set number 3. The total amount of conversions in this example is 15. We've used the same budget. We just moved it from ad set level to campaign level, and we got an increase by 50% in our conversions. So even though you're using less time creating the ads, you don't have to calculate how to put your spend. You'll get a higher outcome. So let's go to the dynamic creative ads. I don't know, some of you might know this feature. Some of you may have heard of it but never used it. Hopefully, by the end of the day, everyone knows a bit more about the dynamic creative ads. But let's start with the basics. Here you see some standard ads. There are, I think, around 10 to 15 ad formats in Facebook. I have chosen 3 standard ad examples. We have the link ad with a text, an image, a headline. We have a video ad, again, some text, a video, and we have a multi-product ad, also called a carousel, with some different images, some different headlines, things like that. With the standard ads, it's hard, or it's not hard, but you have to do a lot of work to split test everything. So basically split testing is taking one ad, duplicating it, providing it with a new picture, a new image, maybe a video, a new headline. You need to know what type of thing do your audience prefer. So if you're selling dresses, then you'll make an ad with a red dress, you'll make an ad with a yellow dress, you'll make an ad with a black dress to see which ad is the one who's converting best. And how you're doing this, is by manually duplicating, changing, creating new things. You have to do all of it by clicking. And sometimes I want to test up to maybe 200 ads. So that's a lot of work for me to create, to just click doing the same over and over again. So with the dynamic creative ads, we have a new opportunity. As you can see here, it's a bit complex. But what dynamic creative ad is that you can provide it with some images or some videos. In this example, we have chosen 4 videos. You can provide it with some different headlines, so we can test what is people getting triggered by. And you can provide it with some different text. And what you do now is that Facebook is combining all of these together. So I have made one ad, but Facebook is combining all of this information into different ads. So if you want to look at the red car, hopefully Facebook show you the red car instead of the car with the dog to the right. As you can see here, this is an example of a dynamic ad with all the different combinations. So instead of I'd have to use a lot of time creating ad number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and so on. I can put it in here, and Facebook will create 64 different ads for me in, maybe in 10% of the time that I'd used before. So it's a great way for me to make an easy split test and to get the data and some more knowledge about my audience and how to do things. So the basic benefits, of course, it's time. When I'm working with our clients, we have a budget. I need to stay on time. I need to provide the highest outcome for the client using as less time as possible. Some of you might know that from your own business. You don't have all the time in the world. If you could use 100 hours doing Facebook ads, you would do it. But it's not the way your company is running. You might have some other tasks to do, so we have to keep this strict. The other thing is you'll have an optimal relevance to each person you'll reach. So what we can do is we can take, if you like red dresses, and I'll have a video with a red dress, and I'll show it to you, you're more likely to get triggered than if you have the black dress. So this is where you're going to have a higher click rate in Facebook, and when you're showing your ads to your audience. So if I'm going to break this down, I have made an example with Subaru. I think all of you know Subaru. It's a car company. Some of the focus points in Subaru are safety. It's a 4-wheel drive. And in Denmark, we don't have mountains. We have hills. So no one needs 4-wheel drive to get normally around. You need to have some interest that needs where you need power to your car. So outdoor is a great example. You can be hunting, camping, hiking, sailing, etc. Subaru is a great car for some of these things. In this example, we have 2 people. We have Danny, my colleague. She's a female. She's 32 years old. She's in a relationship. She likes outdoor, but not just outdoor. She has some sub-interest in the outdoor world. It's canoe, hiking, hanging out in the wild, and then she likes big dogs. The other person is me, a very handsome guy. I must say. I'm a male, 23 years old, single, and I live in Copenhagen. I'm also interested in outdoor, but again, I have some sub-interests. My interests are not the same as Danny. My interests are kayaking, it's mountain bike, it's traveling with my friends, and it's hunting. So we have two people here with the same main interest, outdoor, but with different sub-interests. So if you take a look at the dynamic creative ad, you'll see that the ad Danny prefers is an example text of outdoor life, but the text is focused on the beauty of the nature, hiking, and traveling by canoe. We have a video here near the water, we have a dog, we have something with a Subaru, and then we have, of course, an awesome headline. So this is the ad that Danny prefers, but it's not the same that I'm preferring. I'm preferring the ad which is about mountain biking, outdoor tips, and as you can see in the video, a mountain bike. I can see people cycling, how it can be on the car. This is most likely to trigger me than it is to triggering Danny. So what I've done, I've created one ad, but this ad shows so many different combinations that it can hit two people with the same main interest, but with different sub-interests. And now, yeah, of course, I made this case myself, the first one, and it was pretty much set up so to do the point that I was trying to get to. So let's look at an actual case. We have helped the Danish Health Authority with a campaign in the last 2 years called the Tipsy Test. I don't know if you know this, but in Denmark, young people are drinking, and they're drinking too much. They're drinking less than before, but this campaign had to focus on the relationship between young Danes and alcohol. How are they doing in the city? How are they doing it with their friends? We need to have people to think about this. So we created the Tipsy Test. It's a test where young people can go in checking out how much did I drink last weekend, how drunk was I, or how drunk am I going to become in next weekend. So actually, you could tag people and say, oh, you were so drunk last night. From this score, you'll be very drunk or almost deadly drunk. We did the campaign in 2017. We had a great success with the campaign. So we got it again in 2018. This time we tried with the dynamic ads. And the results you can see here, they are astonishing. We had almost an increase of almost 200% in clicks to website. This is the same budget, it's the same targeting, it's the same objective from the campaign. So basically everything's the same. Of course, it's a different year, but the biggest change is the dynamic creative ads. We increased the engagement rate by 26%, and we doubled the click rate. If you know something about Facebook ads and the Facebook auction system, you'll know if you have an increase in almost everything, you're doubling your click rate, you'll get a significantly drop in the cost per click. So actually we reached even further with this campaign. We got so much more clicks out of it, and we did half of the work creating the ads. We could use a lot of time on everything else in the campaign instead of duplicating, changing text and stuff like that in the campaign. Another example is Subaru in Denmark. In the last year, we've worked with the Outback. It's a Subaru model. We run some dynamic creative ads on that one, and we've worked with the Subaru XV, where we used regular ads and irregular split testing. So the results here, again, very good. If you look at the Outback, it has an almost 50% increase of ad recall when people see them. So the example I showed you before is actually working. We can see it here. And if we're looking at the clicks, again, we more than doubled the clicks. So we can see people are getting triggered by personalized content. If the content fits their interest and their sub-interest, they're more likely to click on your ad. How do you get started with dynamic creative ads? I've been saying some very good things about the dynamic creative ads and how to take your advertising to the next level. So you might think this is hard. You need to learn so much more to use this, but actually it's pretty easy. You'll just flick the button over here, and you're good to go. This is the ad set level. You create your campaign like you normally do. Choose an objective, choose your settings, go into the ad set level, flick this button, set the budget, choose your audience, and then you go to the ad level, and then it will look something like this. Not actually like this, but you'll have these features where you can put in a headline variation, you can put in a link description, you can choose different CTA buttons, you can choose different images and stuff like that. So the first example I showed you, you just have to put it in there like you're regularly doing when you're creating an ad, and you're on. Of course, there is some challenges with dynamic creative ads. One of the things is the insights, it's the reporting. Normally, when you create ads, you have a line of ads. You can see ad number 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down, and you can see the different results. With the dynamic creative ad, you only have one ad. So you can look at one line of data, and for a data guy like me, that doesn't make me happy. So I want to break everything down. Thankfully, Facebook have made a feature to do that, but I need to do it manually. I need to set breakdown, I need to choose which text is the best, which combination is the best, which image is the best here, and I need to do it for every ad set. So if I'm running 20 different audiences in my campaign, I need to do it 20 times. So of course, I'm using a lot of time breaking down all of my insights to get to know more about how to optimize my campaign in the best way. Another thing is you need to speak about the same topic. You can't choose, if you're in e-commerce, you can't choose to talk about shoes and dresses, because the text for the shoes also needs to fit with the text for the dresses, or the image for the dresses. So you need to use dynamic creative ads to more like branding stuff. If you have something basic about your company, something basic about a product line maybe, or maybe just shoes, not shoes, dresses, and shirts. So you need to choose one thing, and you need to make sure that all of the text and the headlines and the images can fit together, all different combinations. Then I have a little challenge again. It's the mass editing. Normally when I create hundreds of Facebook ads, I can choose the same ads and I can edit maybe 10, 20, 30 ads at a time. You can't do that with the creative ads. You have to, let's say you need to fix a comma or you need to change a text or a video, you need to do the same thing for 20 ad sets or 20 ads. So you need to pick one, correct the comma or the image, go to the next, do the same thing. So I'm hoping that Facebook is changing this within the next year. But right now, it's a bit of a challenge for me. Another thing is you can't see the relevancy score. I don't know how many of you is using it, but it's a basic metric from Facebook to show how good is this ad performing to the audience. It's going from 1 to 10. So if you have a relevancy score of 10, you can see, okay, this is a great ad. Of course, you can look at your business metrics and see, am I creating enough revenue? Is the ROAS high? How is it going? But of course, you want to know how is this getting received by your audience. You can't do that with the creative ads because there are so many different combinations that Facebook can't calculate a relevancy score for you. And the last thing is you put all of your trust in Facebook. I know I think in the last summer, you all heard about the Facebook Cambridge or the Cambridge Analytica case and stuff like that. And when you're automatically buying through Facebook, you put all of your trust in Facebook. So you trust them to make the best of your money. If you're saying just do this and you're not looking at it, Facebook will just do something. Maybe it's the best for you, maybe it isn't. you need to be sure that you trust Facebook, or else you have to do it manually, and you have to start and pause every ad yourself. To sum everything up about the dynamic creative ads, yeah, of course, if you want to take it to the next level, one of the things you have to do is you have to save time. Save time, generate more outcome. The dynamic creative ads can help you with that. The next thing is you can take advantage of easier split testing. And I know for myself and for our clients, this is a very big plus. I think I'm going from maybe 2 to 3 hours on a client on a week to a half hour. So when it's running, and you're saving a lot of time. Of course, you can be relevant. Everything is about being relevant. If you're creating content, if you're creating ads, when you're writing newsletters, you have to be relevant. There are so much content online, you need to be relevant when you do this. The dynamic creative ads can help you with that. Of course, everything needs to fit together. And the last thing is, you need to use your insights to your future campaigns, or else your effort is wasted. So you can't just start the dynamic creative ads and let it go. Just let it run 2-3 months. You can't do that. If you remember the graph I showed you earlier, you can see the more time you use, the higher outcome you get. So if you use 1 hour, you'll get the outcome for 1 hour's work. With the dynamic creative ads, you'll get a higher outcome, yes, but if you want an even higher outcome, you still need to monitorize, optimize, analyze your data, your Facebook ads. You need to change your text. You need to change images all the time to get the best results. Questions? Yeah?
Thank you, Martin. Thank you. So, do we have any questions from the audience? We have.
Perfect.
So, we have this question about Facebook setting the budget for the different ad sets.
Yeah.
Is it reliable?
I think that's. Let's see. It depends on your business. If your objective is driving awareness, and you want to know to be sure that you're hitting each one of your audiences, you need to do it the old way. You need to say to Facebook, you'll need to use this amount of money on this audience. You need to use this amount of money on this audience. But if you don't care about which people you're hitting or how you're targeting them, you just want to see what's coming out in the end, the conversions or the clicks, then use campaign budget optimization. Facebook is optimizing against getting the cheapest conversions or click for you. So yes, it's reliable if you look at it this way. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Martin. Sorry, we don't have time for more questions, but thank you for a good speech.
Thanks.